Hey all, so I'm here to give you the 3 keys to empowering your heart and soul. But first I'd like to start with a meditation. So I'd like you to sit up tall, ground your feet, close the eyes, let the palms face up, because we're tuning into the energy to bring in all the information that we need to bring into our heart and soul. So ground yourself, root all the way from the crown of the head, all the way down through the spine, all the way down through the legs, down through the soles of the feet, into the earth. Hi all, so I'm here to give you the 3 keys to empowering your heart and soul. This is just a basic idea of what I do in the 12-week course, and I'd like to start out with a meditation, and I welcome you all. I'm so grateful for you all to be here. So close the eyes, sit up tall, shoulders down away from the ears, ground your feet, place the soles of the feet into the floor, and imagine a cord going through the crown of the head, all the way down through the spine, all the way down through the legs, and all the way down through the soles of the feet. And just take a few deep breaths in through the belly and through the chest, all the way up, and pause. And slowly release it all the way back out the same way. And take a few more breaths here. And setting your intention for today's class, I'd like you to set the intention to absorb any information that you need that is good for your heart and soul today. So key number 1 is building the foundation. That's the first about 3 to 4 weeks that we do in the course, but it's really about building the foundation. We go through each of the chakras, and I highly recommend knowing a little bit about the chakras, reading into it, but actually this course will give you lots of information about it. But you're starting from the root to the sacral, to the solar plexus, to the heart, to the throat, to the crown, third eye, and then the crown, But each one relates to different physical things that can be going on in our bodies. They can be going on mentally and spiritually. And it relates to food that we eat, things that we're doing in our life. And we start to ground and build on that foundation of bringing our bodies into balance. And this can be spiritually through Reiki. I do Buddha yoga, so I record a class every week. We also do some witchcraft, but we use these 3 things to basically build our foundation so that we can spiritually be connected for the change. The next few weeks, about 3 to 4 weeks, is living in gratitude, overcoming fear, working through these things that are kind of making us stay stuck. It's one step of being stuck. We start to work through how to live in a positive way, because when you do live in a positive lifestyle, saying thank you to everybody that you come in contact with, not talking negatively about yourself, so stopping the negative self-talk, things like that. Overcoming fear, which means you start to step outside your box and going through to change. You're doing something that's going to make you work at changing, because once you do something that you're uncomfortable with, then you start to transform and change. And trust me, that's one of the biggest ways to overcome fear, is just to do it and just go for it. Also, the next 3 to 4 weeks after that is working to rewire and basically change your thought patterns and behaviors, because all those things, we always go back to what are other behaviors, things that we're used to. We just do it because, number 1, we were taught it as kids. Number 2, it's a habit. How do we break those habits? How do we reward ourselves for doing something different instead of doing the same thing over and over and over again? That is another way that we come into massive change in our lives. But there's so much magic that I interweave with witchcraft, Buddha Yoga, and Reiki into this class that I am so grateful that you are here watching with me today. Last but not least, of course, maintenance. You know, we all have to have a support group. We have to have a support network because you cannot do it alone, and it's okay to admit it. A lot of people have trouble with admitting that. I did for so long. I cannot even tell you how long. It was hard for me to say, I need help with this. My story comes from basically, you know, going through relationships that were emotionally abusive, then one that was physically abusive, not being able to be my authentic self, not even for partners in my life, but my parents. Like I thought I had to be a certain way, and I don't. I just have to be me because this is my life, my body, my mind. So what I do to make it happy and to make it live in the most prosperous, abundant way possible is doing the things that serve my spirit and bring my higher self back down here to live with me on this planet, on this earth, in this body. So maintaining that after this course, like, you have a lifetime support network, always. It's one of the most important things in life. We have to keep doing it. But aside from that, this course also comes with a sigil magic class, which is the various ways of how to design your sigil, the shapes and the meanings of all those different shapes and how they can intertwine to design a sigil. The next week is designing the sigil and charging and igniting that sigil to manifest all the magic in the world in your life. So the 12-week course comes with that, but each week in the sigil magic course, that's what that is. So if you have more questions, please feel free to email me. I'm always available, always assisting my followers and my lovers. But before I finish, I would like to really ask yourself if you're actually going to be accepting Reiki, because I would like to send each and every one of you Reiki right now. But I do need you to say and tell yourself that we are in the same room. Time and space does not exist. We are together right now. Ground the feet again, shoulders down away from the ears. Close the eyes, palms face up, and I will send you Reiki. It sends you Reiki and the intention I'm sending to you so that your heart and soul may open up to allow the change, the transformation to happen in your heart and your spirit. And just tell yourself and say out loud, I accept the change and transformation in my heart and my soul right now, from Erica Leonard. And I'm going to send a couple more keys that will reach your soul to give you some soul purpose, help you find that soul purpose in your life right now. Just going to close myself off of all the energy. And I always stop the hands to ground myself. And I'd like to thank all of you for being here. I'd like to thank all of you for accepting the Reiki. And I hope you have a fantastic day. Goodbye. Hi all. So I'm here to give you the 3 keys to empowering your heart and soul. This is just a basic idea of what I do in the 12-week course, and I'd like to start out with a meditation. And I welcome you all. I'm so grateful for you all to be here. So close the eyes, sit up tall, shoulders down away from the ears, ground your feet, place the soles of the feet into the floor, and imagine a cord going through the crown of the head, all the way down through the spine, all the way down through the legs, and all the way down through the soles of the feet. And just take a few deep breaths in through the belly and through the chest, all the way up, and pause. And slowly release it all the way back out the same way. And take a few more breaths here. And setting your intention for today's class, I'd like you to set the intention to